check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right. Canelo and Danny Jacobs tickets are not selling as fast as usual Canelo fights sell. And you would think that this fight will definitely sell out in Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena, but it's not. It's a ton of tickets left. A lot of them are original blue tickets, which are, a standard admission, and there's a few red in there that are on the resale. But we back. Once again, it's Goodfellow Sports TV. We're in the building. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, the car response, your video quest. All right. And, Canelo fight versus Rocky Fielding. They had to comp a lot of tickets. They had like 3,000 to 5,000 tickets left 24 hours before the fight. They had to comp tickets and quote unquote call it a sellout. And I remember Oscar De La Hoya was complaining, saying Showtime was hurting Canelo's value because his pay-per-views weren't doing good on Showtime. And if anything, the Zone is hurting his value as well too. He not drawing an audience that he can draw on regular Showtime regular HBO, regular Fox Now, or HBO pay-per-view. His star status is getting hurt. Even though the money is good, he's really losing, appeal because, this fight should sell out. If this was in New York City, maybe it could sell out, but he's not going to give Danny Jacobs no type of hometown advantage, especially when Danny Jacobs ain't that big in New York. Let me second thought that him and Big Baby Miller barely filled up half the Barclays Center, and they from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn in the house. But, the Zone seems to really be hurting, Canelo's appeal value. And Golden Boy, well, the Zone is a network. Golden Boy did a piss poor job promoting this fight. So I'm not seeing it's like 1 billion tickets left, but it's a lot of blue tickets around a 20,000 seat stadium. This ain't 100,000 seat stadium like Earl and Mikey fought in. It's a ton of blue seats there. And Oscar De La Hoya, according to Boxing News 24, and I'll link the article in the description, and I'll link the ticket thing in the descriptions from on Axis, says they're definitely going to sell out. And obviously, a lot of guys wait to get their tickets the day before the fight. That's how I am. If I'm traveling to New York or I'm in the Midwest or something like that, I wait the day before to get the fight, knowing I can get the tickets. Now, if it's a hot commodity, I buy ahead of time. But you always can go on a resale value. And sometimes you can get a better deal. Sometimes you pay a little bit more. It's kind of slippery slope, right? But with Danny and Canelo, that's probably the best fight of the year on the men's side of the boxing. Shout out to Christina Hammer and Clarissa Shields one time. It's probably the most, polarizing fight this year as far as matchups. It's in a year of mismatches, and no-name fighters fighting. This is probably the marquee fight. And then again, it shows again, even though when you put on a good fight, you fans may not appreciate it if you don't promote it right. If you don't promote this right, then who gonna give a fuck about it? And obviously, I barely seen any commercials run for this. They should have been running commercials all through the NBA playoffs. I mean, through First Take and on ESPN and the hot shows. Even when I listen to Serum XM satellite radio, my sports shows, I didn't hear nothing being talked about the last couple of weeks about this fight. And Oscar De La Hoya just thought this fight was the best fight of the first half of the year. And it don't have no steam or no tickets really moving. Usually Canelo's type fights really sell out, sell faster than fast. But this just shows that he ain't the draw that Floyd or Manny Pacquiao was in their prime. And then again, that's because he got the Latino community on lock. Now, Danny Jacobs is supposed to have a black community on lock, but black channels and black fans ain't getting behind Danny Jacobs. Why? I really don't know for everybody, because everybody's opinion is different. A lot of people don't get behind Danny Jacobs because he on his own. It's this, these boxing communities and certain boxing channels feel if you on his own, you a raccoon or you a bug dancer. They want all these fighters to get their money with PBC. Everybody can't be on PBC. And Danny Jacobs is getting the fight of his dreams, and he making $15 million. If everybody, or allegedly making $15 million, if everybody happy and want these fighters to get paid, and they truly pro-black fighters, then why ain't Danny Jacobs getting celebrated the way he should this year? And that's because certain people only want to promote certain fighters that they like. It's not even with the PBC banner. Jerry Hurd don't get all that pushing, It's just a selective process of selective pro-blackness. So I'm gonna get behind this fight and support Danny Jacobs for sure. And I think a lot of the brothers should get behind and do more videos about Danny Jacobs. If he wins, all these dudes gonna hop on the Danny Jacobs train and act like they was there day one. But another reason why a lot of people are really turned off by this fight, and a lot of black media or new media ain't rolling out there, is because the simple fact that they don't like Oscar De La Hoya and they don't like about those racist emails. But that ain't got nothing to do with Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs representing Eddie Hearn. And a lot of people don't like Eddie Hearn as well. So they worried about who's promoter. They do the same thing with Bob Arum and whoop-de-whoop. But I care about the fighter. And Danny Jacobs is still managed by Al Heyman. At least that's what they say. That's what he's saying. That could be a front not to lose any more fans. But most fans jump to the conclusion and believe Danny Jacobs ain't with him no way. You know, so then and there, if Danny Jacobs really was a pull and he really had the support, and if the zone was playing fair, that's another side of the pendulum of it is. And if people felt that Danny Jacobs would get a fair shake versus $330 million incentive-based contract made to Canelo Alvarez, and they felt that Danny Jacobs really had a fair shot at beating Canelo, this fight would be talked over all over. But everybody know before Canelo got this contract, he was untouchable. Floyd got a draw, and the fight was on Showtime. He was, virtually untouchable. So now you on the zone, you get him a $300 million backing. Everybody just figured that, even if Danny Jacobs knock him out, they're going to get him off the stretcher, get him some smelling salt, get him a pint of Gatorade, and throw him back in the ring. So it's mission impossible. So people not spending their hard-earned money to watch Danny Jacobs get robbed. They not going to watch the fight. They stream the fight. They're not going to go out their way on Cinco de Mayo to watch this fight. And, quite frankly, Danny Jacobs don't bring the black people that Floyd brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? Had this been Jamal Charlo, maybe a lot of the brothers would have got behind him, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's Danny Jacobs, and I think Danny Jacobs, I've been critical, and I'm critical of businessman, but you know what? He played his cards right, and now this is opportunity to strike. But most people also believe that the attributes of Danny Jacobs ain't going to be enough to overcome the judges, the referee, and all the shit that he got to deal with in this fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Most of these people feel that Danny Jacobs, he been regressing his last 3 fights. Most people thought he looked like shit versus Arias, and he should have stopped Arias. He lost to Sellout, and then versus Derevchenko, most people felt like he should have done more versus a guy with 12 fights, but really had 23 plus fights on top of that 12 in the World Series of boxing. So at the same time with Danny Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? It's just people don't believe in him. And on top of that, people like, oh, he got the physical advantage. He got the fast hands, fast feet. He got power. He got the whoop-de-whoop. He got the whole 9. But people just don't believe in that chin as well, too. People say, man, I'm not about to go to Vegas, or I'm about to pay $20 to watch Danny Jacobs get robbed to get knocked out. Or we know Danny Jacobs will get hit, get hurt, and then he'll stop trying and go into survival mode. And that's the key. People really not buying the whole he beat Triple G thing, even though a lot of people believe that. It's not going to translate into Canelo. So, therefore, Oscar De La Hoya reputation and lack of promotion with the zone and the lack of notoriety that the zone got is hurting him. It's hurting him that Canelo Alvarez is going to get the favorable decision no matter what actually happens. If he beat him fair, it's going to people say, oh, he robbed him. Danny Jacobs can fight the way he wanted to fight because Canelo Alvarez got a clear advantage. He got the refs, the judges, so he got to go out there looking for the knockout, or he just didn't have a chance. Everything about the Golden Boy and protecting Canelo Alvarez, the $330 million contract, the bad fight with Munguia and Hogan is coming back to bite him in the ass. Nobody care if a guy don't have a fair chance at winning the decision or a fair chance at winning the fight. Therefore, their ticket sales is hurting. Therefore, Canelo was hurting. He fought Rocky Fielding last time. People wasn't feeling it. People was mad about the Golovkin previous 2 fights, felt that Golovkin should have won some people. You know what I'm saying? So then again, people don't want to see somebody that's invincible to beat. People feel like he invincible. You know what I'm saying? Plus the clenbuterol in his ass. So at the end of the day, he got so much of advantage. It's never been seen like this probably since Chavez Sr. All this advantage, and he in the place that he's untouchable in Vegas. Danny Jacobs got a 0% chance to win. So people not going to spend their hard-earned money to go out there and support Danny Jacobs, knowing that he chinny, and then again, he don't got no shot. So that's going to affect the viewerships, the ticket sales, and the promotion has been straight doodle. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Box to get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. They got everything: candles, bath bombs, muscle relaxer rub, toothpaste, you name it, all 100% natural products. Website, promo code Goodfellow1Box to get you 18% off, are both in the description. Check them out. In addition to that, don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email as well. Any of the platforms, you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Best way to help your boy out. Share the video. It's the best donation you can make. One time for the one time. We gone.